Day special. And 24 hours later, heading into Dakar, he knew he had his second win in his pocket. A celebration for Mitsubishi at Lac Rose. After spending the first week being beaten by the Volkswagens on pace, Stefan Peter-Hansel said, we didn't start very well at all. The rally was very difficult for us in Morocco. In the second half, though, we did better. It wasn't easy to stay calm, not easy to stay under control when they were continually ahead of us, especially on the longer stages. But to get to Lac Rose in front, that is a victory for cool heads and firm hearts. Last year, a couple of days from the end, it was Peter-Hansel Alphon. It changed. This year, no mistakes. I can see the checkered flag. He says, thank you, Paolo, his co-driver Jean-Paul Cotteret. We won this because of you. We promised to battle together for another win, so thank you, Paolo, he says, thank you. And he dedicated his win to Henri Magna, the Mitsubishi co-driver tragically killed in an event in 2006. Well, with the final stage still to be won, it was clear that Mitsubishi weren't going to be pushing all the stops, so it was out for Volkswagen to battle amongst themselves for the honour. And the man who led the rally out of Morocco and into Mauritania, who was cruelly robbed perhaps of a really solid chance of victory by mechanical failure, Janil de Villiers, was charging. Chasing Peter-Hansel, Luc Alphon, last year's winner, on his way to a second runner-up spot in 3 years. 2 seconds and a first, you can't argue with those sort of results. And on the beach in front of Volkswagen's Mark Miller, a man who also won 2 stages here this year, Jean-Louis Schlesser. Just pipped on the stage in his buggy, but not for want of trying. And what about Miller? The man whose Volkswagen seemed to hold up underneath him. He ends up as their top finisher in the top 5. Nasser Al-Attiyah, a real red letter event for him. He won his first ever Dakar stage this year. He showed continuing pace. Once they are out of Morocco and into the sand, he really came into his element. Hiroshi Masuoka, the puncher king of Mitsubishi this year, the former winner, ending up in the top 5. And the Russian Shmakov in his buggy, having an exceptional event and proud of his roots, as Robbie Gordon is of his in the huge Hummer. Today proving once more that it does need a bit of a wide open track for maximum attack. Gordon himself also a stage winner. But the man who stood on the top step of the podium didn't win a single stage. In the end, though, Stefan Peter-Hansel claims win number 9. 6 on 2 wheels, 3 on 4. And Luc Alphon, last year's winner, the runner-up spot. A 1-2 for Mitsubishi with Jean-Louis Schlesser third in the overall standings, ahead of Volkswagen's Mark Miller. So for Mitsubishi, validation of their attack. The way they went about the rally yielded the result they wanted for Henri Magna's memory. A 1-2 ahead of Jean-Louis Schlesser. And for Volkswagen, who promised so much in terms of pace, reliability, their Achilles heel. Winning the rally is the only thing that counts, said Stefan Peter-Hansel. Winning stages just isn't important. I learned that when I won my first African rally as a bike rider. I didn't win a single stage, and that day I understood then the most important thing is to concentrate on the rally and not concentrate on the stages. Of the last 3 Dakars, said Luc Alphon, I've won 1 and been second twice, so that's pretty good. Stefan's a tough rival, really tough, but he's not unbeatable. So, next year, back again. We won the 2-wheel drive category. It's a category that often gets overlooked, but it is an important win because there are 32 two-wheel drive vehicles at the start. We finished first and we were third overall, and I hope this will encourage others to come and join the category, said Jean-Louis Schlesser.
They've made a huge commitment. If you can see the people in Hanover and all over the world, in the United States, all the commitment that goes forward to make this Volkswagen program happen, to utilize it for marketing programs, to leverage it, it's really massive, and there's no chance that it's not going on next year. So for us, we're already drawing up the things that the small things we want to change. I mean, I would like to have a nicer hotel room in Attar.
Even a woeful run of bad luck couldn't dampen former winner Jutta Kleinschmidt's enthusiasm for this year's Dakar. She and co-driver Tina Turner reached the finish line 15th overall, the first woman driver, and also an all-female crew, but the best placed woman was Brigitte Bessou, Stefan Aurar's female co-driver. The ex-Olympic swimmer and Dakar rookie came home in 10th place. But Jutta Kleinschmidt and Tina Turner with the BMW team claim the women's prize. And in the T2 production category, having led for half the event, 34, Yun Mitsuhashi. The 36-year-old Japanese and his 23-year-old rookie co-driver Akira Miura won the category, beating multiple champion Jean-Pierre Strugo's Nissan by over 30 minutes. They were 25th overall. And the final category for the cars, the monoplace, the single-seaters, the solo buggy racers. The French veteran Philippe Gache, who's also the boss of the company that builds these cars, SMG, triumphed. He came home 31st overall. He was the only single-handed yachtsman to make it to the finish. Brave or foolish, you decide.